Hey buddy, it's The Rush, Utah High School sports every day. Here we go. We're going to American Fork. They played Lone Peak yesterday. Lone Peak, the #1 team in the state, and American Fork got the win 9-3, thanks in large part to Boston Jones, who went 3 for 3 with 3 ribbies and a run scored. Jones is hitting .367 on the year. Here he is telling us about the approach the Cavemen took to the game yesterday.
Yeah, so going into the game, we were just trying to get guys on early in innings, and thanks to my teammates, we were able to do that, and they put me in good positions where I just had to do my job and put the ball in play and able to score those guys.
Jones has 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run this year. The Knights and the Cavemen play again this afternoon. Jewel Korth and the #3 ranked Davis Darts blanked Layton yesterday 10-0. Korth is having one heck of a year. She's hitting .511 with a couple of home runs. She had a double and a run scored against Layton yesterday. Davis is 13-1. Their only loss to Riverton, the #1 team in 6A, about a month ago. The Darts play Layton again this afternoon. Ki Anzalone and the red-hot Beaver Beavers continue their hot streak. They're #1 in 2A, 1 RPI point ahead of Kanab. Anzalone is hitting .407 for the Beavers with an 1173 OPS. He had one of his best games of the year on Friday against Enterprise. He was 2 of 3 with a double home run and 4 RBIs for the Beavers.
Hey Andy, thank you for having me here. My approach has changed since last year. My last year approach, I was going deep into counts and seeing how many pitches I can get, trying to have long at-bats and see how much pitches I can really see. But this year I kind of changed it to attacking first pitch, second pitch, because first pitch fastball, probably the best pitch you're going to see in your at-bat. And that's helped my batting average. Last year I was around .318. This year I'm up in 400s. And I feel like it's just really helped me see the ball well and not miss it very often. You want to get on base, and that's what you're doing. You want to collect RBIs. Beaver High School, we have a solid baseball team this year. We have a really solid baseball team. We've been grinding a lot, and we have a lot of kids working in the off season, and we want to have the best chance we have at state this year. We've had lots of hard practices and just seeing how far we can go, pushing our limits and seeing how mentally tough we can get. And we have a really good shot at state. We know we have a couple hard games that we got to play, and we just got to prepare for that. And that's what's going to lead us up to state, is mentally being tough.
Payten Bytheway and Grantsville are on an 8-game winning streak. They're having a tremendous year, going back to where they battled Box Elder to a 5-2 loss about a month ago. Bytheway is hitting .563 on the year, and is also 4-1 on the mound with a 1.56 ERA in 27 innings.
Yeah, I think what really makes this team special is the amount of experience and the bond that we have with each other, especially in our senior class. We've been together for a while. We had to step into that varsity role when we were just sophomores, so we've been through a lot together. As a group, we've taken state for the past 2 years. So we know what it's like to work at that higher level. But overall, I think it's our chemistry that is the most important part. We're also close, but we work hard at the same time while having fun. And everyone on Grantsville softball understands that we play for each other, but we all understand our own talents and our worths. So I think that makes a huge difference. I think the combination of experience, trust, and generally enjoying each other's company is what really helped us become so successful. And I'm really excited to see how the rest of the season lays out.
Grantsville plays Lehi this afternoon. That should be a showdown, Larry. Kynlee Bristol and Uintah softball just beat Summit Academy 16-0 their last time out. Uintah's #3 in 4A right now. They're scoring 11 runs per game. Went to the state title last year. Trying to get back, Bristol is hitting a monstrous .574 this year. 7 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. They've got Orem tomorrow.
Hey! How about Camden Lopati going to Michigan?
I think it's a huge get for Michigan and Whittingham. What Coach Solovi has done at West is incredible. They've won the region, I think, 6 years in a row, Larry. 6 years. You look at their scores last year, their basketball scores. They're putting up 70 points and 60 points all the way through. They get to the semifinal and lose to Orem. Lopati had an incredible year. Throwing the ball, running the ball, great touchdowns. It was like 34 touchdowns to 8 interceptions last year. But that program is sending people all over the place. It's not just Lopati as the top quarterback in next year's class. It's a bunch of people, all these visits, and they're going all over to all these Power 4 programs. So the coach up there is deserves so much credit, because if you go back, I don't know, Larry, 7 years before he got there, they're struggling to win games in their region. They're at the bottom for several years in a row, and he's turned it around, and they've had a sustained dominance in region play. And now with Lopati making runs at a state championship, and we'll see if they can do the same this year. So that's incredible. 35 points per game last year. And if you look at maybe one of the best Utah quarterback classes last year, with Kasuga, who's going to Texas A&M, Sweetwine, who is going to Colorado. There has been a few places, but I think it's Colorado now. You've got Kaava going to Alabama, and then you've got another star. Oh, Bessinger going to, he's going where, Larry? Iowa. Big Ten, baby. All these Utah quarterbacks going to big places. So excited for Lopati going to the big house. Maize and Blue, Whittingham, let's go. But West is what a run they've been on.
Gotta be won at all times.
When will flag football be UHSAA sponsored?
Great question, Larry. Love it. Love flag football. It should be a varsity sport in every state of the union. Probably 20 right now that sponsor it. The UHS GFA started last year, sponsored by the Raiders. Huge success. Skyridge won the whole thing. That was their first year. Looking forward to that coming up this next year. But I remember talking with Rob Cuff, the former director of the UHSAA, a couple months ago. And he said they're in the process of getting it to a sponsored sport by the UHSAA. He said the difficulty is in the fall to have space, have time on the field, because it's just you got soccer, you've got football, you got these other sports. Winter's too cold in Utah. I think Arizona and maybe Southern Nevada do their girls flag football in the winter because the weather's good where they're playing. In Northern Utah, that's not going to be the case. So it's going to take some logistics and organization and stuff. But to me, this should be the fastest, and I think it probably is, the fastest spreading sport all over the country being added to schools. Awesome. Love it. Definitely in the future, I think, for the UHSAA.
Remember this beast?
Remember this beast, Larry? Here we go. Blake Cleveringa, 2013 Lehi Pioneers. He averaged 22 points a game. He had 54 points against Pleasant Grove his senior year, made 62 threes. He's now the head coach at Grays Harbor. I remember that beast. Blake Cleveringa. Send us your highlights, Andy at therushutah.com or anywhere on social media at The Rush Utah. We'll put them on the show. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow. It's The Rush, Utah High School Sports every day.